Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, what happened? You're doing all the things they told you to do, eating your eggs, staying active, getting rest. But somehow, your muscles feel weaker, your legs a bit shakier, and that jar of pickles? Suddenly it takes both hands and a prayer just to open it. You tell yourself it's just age. But deep down, a part of you wonders, is this how it starts? The slow decline? You're not alone. After 60, a lot of folks feel like their bodies are quietly turning against them. Not with a bang, not with an injury, but with a slow, creeping loss of strength. The kind you don't notice until you suddenly need to grab the railing just to get up the stairs. Or you start sitting down to put on your pants because balancing on one leg feels like a circus act. You eat your eggs every morning. You've heard the advice, protein keeps your muscles strong. And yet, every month, your grip feels weaker. Your arms, thinner. Your legs, less steady. So what's going on? Here's the truth no one tells you, it's not just what you eat, it's how well your body can use it. And after 60, your body gets picky. Picky about digestion. Picky about absorption. Picky about protein quality. Now, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to wake you up, and to tell you something most folks never hear until it's too late. There's a powerful, natural food hiding in plain sight. A food that's easier to digest, gentler on aging bodies, and packed with more usable protein than eggs. Yes. More usable protein than eggs. And chances are, you've been walking past it in your kitchen pantry this whole time. This isn't just about meals. This is about holding on to your freedom. Your independence. The ability to carry your groceries. To take a walk with your spouse. To lift your grandchild into your arms without thinking twice. Because once your muscles begin to fade, so does your ability to live on your terms. But today, that changes. In this video, I'm going to show you the surprising food that beats eggs in protein power, why most seniors lose muscle even with a good diet, and a simple, natural plan to start rebuilding strength, one bite at a time. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and open your mind. Because by the end of this video, you won't just understand your body better, you'll know how to protect it. And if you're ready to take back control. If you're ready to feel strong, steady, and confident again. Comment "strong after 60" below. Let the world know you're not giving up your strength without a fight. And don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide, where every day we bring you practical tips to stay healthy, sharp, and empowered, no matter your age. Let's begin. Let me introduce you to Frank. Frank's 68. A retired firefighter. The kind of guy who used to run into burning buildings when others were running out. Strong hands, strong heart, and for most of his life, strong muscles that never failed him. But a few weeks ago, Frank told me something that stuck. He said, "I went to lift 2 bags of groceries from the trunk, and I couldn't. Not without pausing first. My arms just didn't respond the way they used to. I didn't feel pain. I felt weak. Like I was missing something." Now, this wasn't a man who'd been sitting on the couch all day. He still walked his dog every morning. Ate 3 meals a day. Never smoked. Rarely drank. Always had his eggs for breakfast, just like his doctor recommended. And yet, something was slipping. You see, what Frank didn't know, and what many people over 60 don't realize, is that muscle loss doesn't always announce itself with pain. It sneaks up in silence. It begins when your jeans feel just a little looser around the thighs. When standing from a chair takes a bit more effort than it used to. When stairs suddenly feel longer. This is something called sarcopenia. It's a natural part of aging, but not an unstoppable one. After the age of 60, the average person starts losing around 3% of their muscle mass every single year. Even if you're eating enough. Even if you're staying active. even if you're doing all the right things. Why? Because as we get older, our bodies don't process protein the same way. It's not about how much you eat, it's about how much your muscles can use. And that changes drastically. The protein from your food doesn't just turn into strength overnight. It has to be digested, broken down into amino acids, absorbed by your gut, and delivered to your muscles. And with age, each step in that chain starts to weaken, unless you know how to support it. Here's where many folks get it wrong. They think, I just need to exercise more. And don't get me wrong, movement is good. But you can't outwalk or outlift poor protein absorption. Others think, maybe I need more calcium or vitamins. And sure, bone health matters. But muscle health? That's a whole different battle. The real issue is this: most seniors aren't getting the right kind of protein, at the right time, in the right form, for an aging body to use. See, not all protein is created equal. Some types are harder to digest. Some spike your blood sugar. Some cause inflammation. And some? They pass right through your system, doing little more than filling your stomach. So yes, eggs are good. They're easy, accessible, familiar. But as you age, they may not be enough. Because what your body needs now is efficiency. Absorption. Supportive nutrients that help your muscles actually repair and grow. And while eggs provide decent protein, there's a surprising alternative that not only matches them. It may just surpass them. In digestibility. In nutrient profile. In muscle supporting power. Most people overlook it. Some think it's just a plant food. But science tells a different story. Let's talk about this underdog. Let's talk about the protein-rich powerhouse that's been sitting quietly in kitchens for generations. The one that could help you stay on your feet, carry your grandkids, and live stronger well into your golden years. Because Frank? He made one small change, and within weeks, he said something else that stuck. I feel like I've got a little bit of my fire back. And you deserve that too. So let's dig in. Because while eggs are a solid choice, there's a powerful alternative that might just be better, and it's time you heard about it. Now let me tell you about Alice. She's 72 years old, lives alone, and still tends her backyard vegetable garden every morning. She's always been the kind of woman who believed in doing things right. Every single day, she starts her morning the same way. 2 boiled eggs, a slice of whole grain toast, and a cup of tea. She's been doing this for years. She thought she was doing everything right. Eating healthy, staying active, keeping her weight steady. But then came her checkup. Her doctor looked over her results and said, "Alice, your lean muscle mass is dropping faster than expected." And her jaw dropped. She couldn't believe it. "How is that possible?" she asked. "I eat protein every day. Eggs. Every morning." And that's the part that gets so many of us. We think we're doing the right thing because we've been told for decades that eggs are the muscle food. And yes, eggs do contain protein. About 6 grams per egg. But here's the kicker, it's not just about how much protein is in the food, it's about how much your body can actually use. You see, as we age, our digestive system slows down. Your stomach doesn't produce as much acid. Your pancreas doesn't release as many enzymes. And what that means is, breaking down animal proteins, like eggs, becomes harder. Your body has to work twice as hard to turn that egg into something your muscles can use. Now, in your 30s or 40s, that egg protein would have been broken down, absorbed, and put to work in no time. But after 60? The same egg might not be fully digested. And what your body can't digest, it simply passes along unused. That's how people like Alice, people who are trying to eat well, still end up losing muscle. Because even the best protein sources don't help if your body can't absorb them properly. It's a tough pill to swallow, I know. We grow up believing there's one-size-fits-all advice. Eat eggs. Drink milk. Get your protein. But aging changes the rules. And here's the big misconception: many seniors believe that just adding more eggs or more meat will solve the problem. But in reality, you could be piling on more protein than your body can handle. And it still won't make a difference if it's not bioavailable. Now don't get me wrong, eggs aren't bad. They're convenient. They're affordable. They've got good nutrients, like B12 and choline. But when it comes to preserving muscle after 60, they can't carry the load alone. What you need now is a smarter strategy. A way to complement your current diet with easier-to-digest proteins, the kind your body can use without a fight. The kind that doesn't require strong stomach acid or youthful enzymes to break down. The kind that works with your body, not against it. And believe it or not, there's a humble, often overlooked food that checks every one of those boxes. It's not flashy. It's not expensive. And you might already have it sitting in your pantry right now. This food is plant-based. But don't let that fool you. It's not just for vegetarians. In fact, for seniors looking to maintain strength, stability, and steady energy, this food could be a game changer. And no, I'm not talking about tofu, or kale, or protein powders filled with mystery ingredients. I'm talking about real, whole food, packed with more usable protein per cup than eggs. And loaded with the kind of nutrients that help aging bodies thrive. So, what is it? Let's uncover the power of this forgotten superfood. Because once you understand what it can do for your strength, your balance, and your daily confidence, you'll never look at your plate the same way again. So, what's this quiet little powerhouse that could give your muscles exactly what they've been missing? Lentils. Yes, you heard me right, lentils. Not some exotic powder from a faraway jungle, not a supplement with 18 syllables you can't pronounce, just simple, humble lentils. Now, I get it. Lentils aren't glamorous. They don't have shiny packaging or bold claims on TV. But don't let their simplicity fool you, because inside every cup of cooked lentils is something pretty amazing. 1 cup holds around 18 grams of protein. That's 3 times the amount in a single egg. And more importantly, it's easier for your aging body to actually use. See, unlike heavy animal proteins that require strong stomach acid and aggressive enzymes to break down, lentils are gentler on your gut. They're naturally soft when cooked, rich in soluble fiber, and don't trigger the bloating, indigestion, or sluggishness some seniors feel after a meat-heavy meal. But what really makes lentils shine? It's the amino acid leucine. This one little amino acid plays a massive role in telling your body, hey, it's time to repair muscle. It helps trigger muscle synthesis, especially when eaten in the right amount. And lentils? They've got plenty of it. They also come packed with iron, which helps oxygen travel through your blood. Magnesium, which supports your heart and your nervous system. And complex carbs, which give you steady energy, not sugar crashes. Now let's clear up something I hear all the time. But aren't plant proteins incomplete? That used to be the thinking. But now? Science has caught up. We know that when you pair lentils with a whole grain, like brown rice, quinoa, or even whole wheat bread, your body gets all 9 essential amino acids. You don't have to eat them in the same bite, either. Just get them in the same day. And your body will do the rest. So that old myth? Throw it out. Because the truth is, for seniors especially, plant proteins can be easier to digest, more versatile, and just as effective, if not more, when it comes to keeping muscle loss at bay. Here's something easy you can try today: make a warm bowl of lentil soup for lunch. Add a little turmeric, garlic, and olive oil for extra anti-inflammatory benefits. Serve it with a small slice of whole grain toast. Or mix cooked lentils with quinoa, chopped parsley, lemon juice, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Now you've got a protein-packed salad that tastes great and works for your muscles. It's simple. It's real. And best of all, it works. Now, adding lentils is a strong first step. But there's something else you need to understand. Even if you're eating the right protein, if you're eating it at the wrong time, you could still be missing out on its full benefits. Because when it comes to building and preserving muscle after 60, timing matters. And most people, through no fault of their own, get it completely wrong. Because the when is just as important as the what. Let me tell you about Michael. Michael is 66. A retired school principal. The kind of man who plans everything, his finances, his golf schedule, even his meals. He was proud of his diet, lean meats, fresh vegetables, and a big hearty dinner that always included protein. But still, every few months, he found himself feeling weaker. His clothes didn't fit quite the same. His legs got tired faster on his walks. He even started having trouble standing up from his recliner after sitting for a while. He couldn't understand it. He was eating enough protein every day, his doctor even said so. But what Michael didn't know, and what most people over 60 don't either, is this: your muscles don't just care about how much protein you eat. They care about when you eat it. You see, your body is constantly going through a process called muscle protein synthesis. It's how your muscles repair, grow, and stay strong. And this process? It needs fuel. Steady, reliable fuel throughout the day. Michael was eating 60 or 70 grams of protein daily, but all at once, at dinner. That meant his muscles were starving all day, and then suddenly overloaded at night. And because your body can only use a limited amount of protein at a time, roughly 25 to 30 grams per meal, most of that dinner protein, it was going to waste. It's a common mistake. Most people have a carb-heavy breakfast, maybe toast or cereal, a light lunch like soup or salad, and then a heavy dinner with meat, beans, or eggs. But that pattern? It's backwards for someone over 60. Your muscles need protein spread throughout the day, especially in the morning when your body is coming out of an overnight fast. If you skip protein at breakfast, your muscles stay in breakdown mode until you feed them the right building blocks. Let me put it this way: if you only water your garden once a day, and dump the whole bucket at night, your plants won't thrive. Muscles are no different. So what's the fix? It's actually simple, and delicious. Start your day strong. Try a lentil breakfast wrap with a little avocado and a sprinkle of cheese. Or some Greek yogurt topped with hemp seeds and berries. Even a smoothie with plant-based protein, almond milk, and a spoonful of oats can do the trick. For lunch, you might have quinoa and lentil salad, or a veggie stir-fry with tofu and brown rice. And for dinner, go with your favorite, maybe grilled salmon, or a comforting bowl of lentil soup with whole grain toast on the side. The key is balance. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at each meal. Not too much. Not too little. Just enough to keep your muscles fed, active, and responsive throughout the day. When Michael made this shift, just a few weeks in, he told me something that made me smile. He said, "I don't feel like I'm running on empty anymore. I feel steady, like my body's finally catching up." And that's exactly what we want. Not just to eat well, but to eat wisely. To give our bodies what they need, when they need it most. Now, eating the right protein at the right times is a powerful start. But there's something else we need to talk about. Because even if you're doing everything right, eating well, spreading out your meals, choosing high-quality foods, there's one hidden factor that could still be blocking your body from absorbing all that protein. And most people have no idea it's happening. Let me tell you about Claire. Claire is 70. A retired librarian, sharp as a tack, always planning, always reading, always making sure she did things right. She ate a clean diet, lean proteins, vegetables, legumes, even lentils. She made the switch to better protein sources. She spaced her meals out just like her nutritionist said. But something wasn't adding up. She told me, "I still feel tired. My muscles feel hollow, like they're not holding me up the way they used to." Even more puzzling, her blood work showed low protein levels. And her doctor scratched his head. How could someone eating so well still be malnourished? The answer was something millions of seniors live with, and never know. It's called hypochlorhydria, a fancy word for low stomach acid. And it's more common than you think. See, as you age, your stomach starts to slow down. The cells that produce stomach acid begin to shrink. The natural hydrochloric acid that used to break down your food? It just isn't there in the same amounts anymore. Now, here's why this matters. Stomach acid is absolutely essential for protein digestion. It's what turns that chicken breast or lentil soup or egg into usable amino acids. It unlocks the protein so your small intestine can absorb it and send it off to your muscles. But if you don't have enough stomach acid, that protein just sits there. It may ferment. It may cause bloating. Or worse, it may pass right through your system without ever being used. So you could be eating the perfect meal, the right protein, at the right time, and still feel weak, foggy, or low on energy, because your body can't access the fuel. That was Claire's problem. It wasn't her diet. It was her digestion. Now here's what most people miss. This issue often goes undiagnosed. Because it doesn't always show up with sharp pain or serious symptoms. It's quiet. It builds slowly. You feel bloated after meals. You feel full too fast. Or you notice your energy dipping for no clear reason. Most people just blame old age and move on. But you don't have to. There are gentle, natural ways to support your digestion and wake up your stomach's ability to absorb protein again. One of the easiest? A small spoonful of apple cider vinegar in water, about 10 to 15 minutes before your meal. This simple trick can help stimulate acid production and prepare your stomach for digestion. Another? Adding fermented foods to your daily routine. A few bites of sauerkraut, a cup of kefir, or a serving of plain yogurt can introduce healthy bacteria that support digestion and nutrient absorption. You can also try sipping on ginger tea before meals, gentle, warming, and excellent for digestive function. These aren't fads. These are time-tested, senior-friendly habits that gently reawaken your body's ability to do what it was made to do. That's what happened with Claire. She added fermented veggies to her dinner. Started her day with a spoon of ACV in warm water. Within a couple weeks, she said something I'll never forget. It's like my food is finally working again. I don't feel sluggish. I feel like myself. Because the truth is, the food we eat only matters if the body can use it. And once you understand that, once you begin to unlock your body's ability to absorb and process that nutrition, that's when the real transformation begins. That's when strength starts coming back. Not in a dramatic, overnight way. But in small, powerful wins, getting up without help. Lifting something without fear. Standing taller in your own body. And once you feel that shift, even just a little, you'll never go back. Because strength after 60 isn't just possible, it's your right. And you're more in control of it than you've ever been told. So now that you understand what to eat, when to eat it, and how to unlock its power inside your body, let's talk about what happens when this knowledge becomes action. Let's talk about how this affects your life, your independence, and the people you love most. Let's pause for a moment. Because this isn't just about protein anymore. It's about your life. It's about your ability to get out of bed without gripping the headboard. To walk through your garden without worrying about a fall. To pick up your grandchild without needing help. To dance to that old record in the living room. Not just watch others move. See, when you lose muscle, you're not just losing strength. You're losing freedom. You're losing a piece of yourself. One stair becomes a mountain. One grocery bag feels like a burden. One fall can shake your entire world. But I'm here to tell you, you are not powerless. Not at all. Because now, you know the truth. You know that this decline isn't just aging. It's not just inevitable. It's preventable. You've learned that real change doesn't begin in a weight room. It begins in your kitchen. With a warm bowl of lentil stew. With how you structure your meals. With what you do before you take that first bite. You have the tools. You have the understanding. And most of all, you have the choice. So here's what I want you to do today: boil some lentils. Keep it simple: garlic, olive oil, a pinch of turmeric. Look at your meal schedule. Can you balance protein across your breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Try a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar before a meal. Just once. Or maybe, just notice how your body feels when you eat. These aren't major overhauls. They're small, powerful shifts. And over time, they change everything. Because here's the real secret: getting older doesn't mean getting weaker. Not if you're armed with the right wisdom. Not if you take action with small steps, every day. You're still in there, the strong version of you. The confident, steady, independent version. Let's bring that person back. Together. That's why we're here. That's why this channel exists. Because you deserve more than survival, you deserve strength, joy, and dignity. And we're not just giving information. We're building hope. Every single day. Let's go over what we uncovered today. You learned why muscle loss after 60 happens faster than most realize, and how it's tied to something called sarcopenia. You discovered why eggs, while good, may not be the superhero protein seniors think they are, especially when digestion slows. You met the quiet powerhouse, lentils. Easy to digest, high in protein, and packed with fiber, iron, and amino acids your muscles love. You learned the power of timing, and how spreading protein through the day keeps your muscles activated and strong. And most importantly, you uncovered the hidden digestion barrier stopping so many from actually absorbing the nutrition they eat. This wasn't just a lesson. It was a wake-up call. And hopefully, a message of hope. So now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried plant-based proteins like lentils? Have you noticed changes in your strength, balance, or energy since turning 60? Drop a comment below, share your experience, your questions, your wins. Let's learn from each other. Let's build a community of strength, support, and real wisdom. And if this video helped you, if it opened your eyes or gave you just one new idea to try, then subscribe to Elderly Wisdom Guide. Every day, we share grounded, practical advice for living stronger, longer, and with greater joy. From nutrition to mobility, from digestion to emotional well-being. It's not just information. It's guidance, built for you. So hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. And share this with someone you love, because you never know who might need it. And as always, stay wise, stay strong, and thank you for being a part of this journey with us. We'll see you in the next video, here at Elderly Wisdom Guide.